the coin that started an international scandal. This coin in my hand is a commemorative piece, but back in 2005, a coin from this same series, a regular 25-cent quarter in everyday circulation, almost destroyed the friendship between the United States and Canada. No, really. American defense contractors believed these coins were being used to track their every move. The Pentagon issued a classified warning. The Canadian Intelligence Service panicked. International scandal erupted. And here's the key. This was one of the first colored coins ever released into regular circulation, not a collector's item in a special package, actual pocket change. Maybe that's exactly why it triggered such suspicion. Let me tell you how an ordinary quarter nearly caused a diplomatic crisis. October 2005, Canada. An American defense contractor returns to his hotel room after a routine day. He checks his coat pockets and freezes. 2 Canadian coins are sitting there. But here's the thing. He checked those same pockets that morning. They were empty. Someone had access to his clothing. Someone planted these coins. And he had top secret security clearance. He examines the coins under a magnifying glass. What he sees terrifies him. Multiple transparent layers, some kind of wire mesh structure, complex internal components. He immediately contacts security. His report describes it as nanotechnology, unlike anything he's seen before. He wasn't alone. Within 3 months, 3 different contractors reported the same thing. 3 people with access to military secrets, 3 identical suspicious coins, all in Canada. The Pentagon didn't wait. The Defense Security Service issued an official warning, classified as secret/no foreign, so secret that even America's closest allies couldn't see it. The warning described a new espionage threat, Canadian coins with embedded radio frequency transmitters. Think about that. Someone tracking your every movement just by slipping a coin into your pocket. Where you go, who you meet, where you stop, all transmitted in real time. The perfect spy tool. Cheap, invisible, brilliant. Who would suspect a coin? The media exploded. Headlines screamed, "Spy coins, national security threat." Ally turned spy? The Canadian Intelligence Service was shocked. The deputy director sent an angry message to his staff. The story about Canadians planting coins won't go away. Can someone explain what's happening here? Both countries launched investigations. Parts of their documents remain classified to this day. Weeks passed, then came the twist. The Pentagon admitted something embarrassing. They had never actually examined the coins. They issued an international warning based solely on contractor descriptions and blurry photos. The Associated Press investigated and consulted a numismatist, a coin expert. He looked at the descriptions and started laughing. That's just a poppy commemorative quarter. In 2004, the Royal Canadian Mint released 30 million of these coins honoring fallen soldiers. But here's what made them special and suspicious. These were among the very first colored coins released into regular circulation anywhere in the world. Not a collector's edition in a fancy case. These were actual quarters you'd get as change at a coffee shop, mixed in with your everyday pocket money. The red poppy, a symbol of remembrance, was embedded into the design with protective coating. That coating, that's the nanotechnology, just epoxy resin, multiple transparent layers for durability, no transmitters, no electronics, just a beautiful memorial coin. And maybe that's exactly why it triggered such alarm. Intelligence officers were trained to spot anything unusual. A colored coin in regular circulation in 2005, that was unusual. Nobody had seen anything like it before in everyday pocket change. But under a microscope, that protective coating does look strange. The layers create an optical effect. The red pigment can resemble a wire mesh. Add paranoia, security training, and constant vigilance, you get an international scandal over a souvenir coin. Here's what makes this story fascinating. Even after the truth came out, questions remain. Why are parts of the document still classified? What's in those redacted sections? Some people think the whole thing was too convenient, that maybe a real spy devices existed and got buried under this embarrassing story. And here's the irony. After this scandal, the Royal Canadian Mint realized colored coins were gold. They started producing coins that glow in the dark, coins with all holograms, coins with meteorites, coins with crystals. The market exploded. But here's what nobody tells you. These coins aren't investments. That poppy quarter from 2004, they made 30 million of them. Today, it's worth maybe $1 or two, sometimes 20 in perfect condition. Not exactly a fortune. So what can we learn? First, our brains are amazing at finding patterns that aren't there. We see technology in epoxy resin, conspiracies in coincidences. Second, even experts panic. 3 educated professionals, all trained to spot threats, all convinced they'd found spy devices. They weren't stupid. They were doing their job. The problem, sometimes that job makes you see threats where none exist. And third, and this is important, what if next time it's real? After crying wolf about the poppy coins, who would believe a contractor who actually found a tracking device? By the way, could you actually put a transmitter in a coin? Technically, yes. RFID chips exist. They're in your credit cards and subway passes. But practically, terrible idea. The coin would feel wrong, sound wrong, and the person could spend it 5 minutes later. Game over. This coin I'm holding is from 2020. Another Remembrance Day commemorative. Same tradition, same red puppy, same protective coating. And yes, if you look at it under a microscope, it probably looks just as suspicious as those coins from 2005. But it's not a spy device. It's a memorial, a reminder of sacrifice, and a reminder that sometimes the simplest explanation is the right one. Though I have to admit, it makes for one hell of a story, doesn't it? The next time someone hands you change and you notice something unusual, maybe check with a coin expert before calling the Pentagon.